Alright. Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Ted is not going to be here tonight. He's recovering from surgery. So we are at 7 o'clock. I'll call the meeting to order. I'll chair it tonight. Let's start with any public comment on agenda items as we sit here now. Okay, so none. We'll move on to the minutes from the last meeting. I reviewed them, fine. Anybody have any comments, the minutes from the last meeting? Anybody have a chance to look at them?
No.
Any comments, questions? No. Okay, I entertain a motion to approve those.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been made second. Any last comments? Okay, please signify your approval by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, approved unanimously. All right, I think we're now kind of combining zoning officer and engineer's report because one person does the zoning officer and engineer's report, so that seems sufficient. Oh, by the way, there's no upgrade in the dress code for the came from. Been asked that.
Talk about pay.
Came from another meeting. All right, get a rip, Scott, what do you got?
4 building permits were issued in March, 2 storage buildings, rooftop solar, and above ground pool. I received a complaint from a neighbor about junk and inoperable vehicles on property on Gun Club Road.
That's an old complaint, right? It's not a new.
Right.
I didn't get a new complaint then.
Yeah, I was just giving an update that I visited the property last week when I was in the area, and no change had been observed in the situation. But a neighbor told me this evening that some cleanup has started over the weekend.
How many, they've got a couple weeks left or so.
Right. Yeah, they've probably got 20, 25 days yet.
So you'll keep an eye on that? Okay.
And as long as you're making progress, I'm not gonna find a guy just because he's a little slow.
Okay,
But I'll keep an eye on it.
thank you.
I received an anonymous concern from a concerned citizen about improvements being performed at the old bowling alley at 6455 Old Harrisburg Road. James Surfing, the building inspector, and I visited with the property owner April 22nd. He's been working on it for about 9 months without permits, so I issued a stop work order. And James and I helped steer him in the right direction of the proper way to go about doing this. So he's agreed to stop all work and not have any members of the public utilize the facility anymore until he gets the proper permits and everything's okay.
Were there actually members of the public utilizing it?
Yes.
While he was, okay, that's good that you stopped it. Okay, and that's in a commercial zone,
It is in a commercial zone.
so that's, okay.
Plans being reviewed, Townsend one lot subdivision, board action required by June 30th. Ron Miller one lot subdivision, board action required by June 21st. Any questions?
Yeah. That old bowling alley, all of us have grown up around here, bowled there, all that, but many years ago. Do we know anything about the septic systems with those places out there?
I know it's old and there's a shared septic system between that building and the residence next door because the original owners own both properties. So that's an existing situation that's not ideal.
But it's presumably being addressed with whatever permitting he's
It will
looking
be,
for.
it will be part of that,
Okay.
in addition to all the other zoning issues that are not being followed with an existing property of that size.
Do we know if they were currently utilizing it for?
Batting practice.
Youth sports training,
It's okay, that's,
indoor youth sports training.
Which property is the septic on, or is it across
We're not
multiples?
sure.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's an in-ground, it's not an elevated sand mound, so there's no surface indication
Are
of where
there
it is.
manholes that you can even tell?
No.
That's good. So what happens then? Is the SEO doing an investigation or?
We haven't gotten that far yet. I mean, like I said, James and I just talked to him last week on the 22nd, so he is just starting this process. But
Okay.
septic and parking and a couple other things will have to be addressed.
Okay.
Is that a shared system between the bowling alley and the house?
That's what he said.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of the issue.
Right.
It's not, clearly not the only issue.
one other thing, Scott. The two storage buildings, was one of those by chance on White Oak Tree Road? Because there's a whole building of some sort being put up out there.
What was the address?
I don't know the exact address, it's White Oak Tree Road out, almost out to, Cranberry. It's the old Frank Sowers farm.
There was I'm not sure if it's one of these, but there was a recent
Okay,
permit with an address on Oak Tree Road.
okay. I mean, I'll just buy there and there's poles set and on their way.
I noticed something too, out at the end of Wireman's Mill Road, where 234 is, there's a guy doing landscaping. I think he does it privately, I don't think he's selling mulch, but poured a big concrete pad. He's got big concrete barriers there, one of them big hoops, he's storing mulch there. Is he gonna have to do anything for that? I mean, we made the guy that's putting a shipping container out get a permit. They're gonna have to.
Right.
Isn't that the greenhouse?
No.
That's
It's the last property.
I know
on
where
the-
I know where you mean, but I thought maybe.
No, it's not
the
part of
house-
5 Points.
I thought they owned that, okay.
No, it's that guy that built that pole building. He does landscaping. I assume he's storing his mulch for his own use for his business, which I get. But
Okay,
a
yeah.
lot of concrete and
Yeah, he's got a lot going on
there's a
there.
lot going on there. To
Yeah.
I'll take a look at that.
yeah, I don't
The
know.
the zoning ordinance does require a building permit for greenhouses and new houses.
Well, it's not a greenhouse. It's a big hoop to protect his mulch from getting rained on and stuff.
But,
And
It's metal
Is
frames
that
with the
honey?
fabric.
Is-
yeah,
there should be.
Wireman's and 234
Yeah.
intersection
On this side.
is in Huntington.
Okay,
I'll take a look at that.
not much, but, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to picture it, I can't. Is it visible off of 234?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But you can see he's dragging mud and everything all over the road. You can see
Okay.
there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
All right. You know, I'll just make one comment. It's, Gus did do some level of driving around the township. Really, you don't have the time to be driving around township. I know you observe
And
plans.
I don't want to charge the township for me just driving.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
same thing with James. James is out doing permits and observing, I'm referring to. And so, whether it's the road crew, and Chuck knows this, whether it's the road crew or us, you know, we're not out to harass residents, but at the same time, if they're doing something that
Well, yeah.
requires
I'm the least
harassing.
pro permit
I
person
know.
on here, but if it's required, which it
Yeah.
is for a shipping container to have a building permit to put a shed up, what that guy's doing at the end of Wireman's Mill should have to
Would
be the
seem so.
same process.
Yes, no,
I'm just trying to be fair with everybody.
which we have to.
He's one step away from being commercial.
It's close. I mean, yeah, he's got
He's there.
3 big bays there. He's storing mulch, stone, and
He
something
put up
else.
that other big building.
But you got a permit for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, fair enough.
Take a look at it.
Okay, thanks, Gordon. Okey doke. Anything else? We need to address then, first of all, any new business, anything come up. Looking into data centers, I'd call new business. Let me just maybe address that now. There's been a lot of development discussion about data centers in all the states. You know, biggest state for, just give a little background, the biggest state for data centers is Virginia, second is Texas. by some measures, in some of the proposals, Pennsylvania's in third or fourth. By most measures, they're closer to 10th, which is still high. I mean, there is an attractiveness because of some of the power. This area is attractive enough, not overly attractive, but attractive enough. I think we'll all be facing this. So there's county issues, there's township issues, and the I don't know, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 10 months ago, none of the townships around here had zoning or zoning for data centers. So what we're seeing, if you're on a planning commission or if you're part of the county staff, Andy is, we're seeing a flood of proposals on zoning and helpful things. I have actually more than I can read, although I've read as many as I can. And I have in my earlier engineering days done cooling for data centers and what was used to be called, what they still are. I mean, they're data centers, they're just a fraction of the size of these data centers. So the point is though, we do have to be cognizant of the where the world's going in data centers. There'll be many multiples of data centers in this country than we have right now. They are the future of data transmission, data acquisition, artificial intelligence, all that goes. And I'm not going to go into all the background on that and investments. I said one night, the firms, the Metas, Amazons, et cetera, that are in this business, AWS, they have $1 trillion that they've set aside for investing, and they're looking for investors for another $1.5 trillion. So this is at least $2.5 trillion. This is a mind-boggling number. And that's what's going to be going into data centers. And so being aware, getting as much as we can, and I think in front of this, so that we don't get surprised or somebody doesn't do something for something that isn't provided for, use not provided for because of the way the Pennsylvania law works. So, having said that, in something like this, I think it's appropriate for the supervisors to actually ask us to do a study on this. In your meeting is the most appropriate, but you can ask us now. I know you want us to do that. So that's
On behalf of the supervisors, I would encourage you to pursue that
All right.
as soon as possible.
all right.
So would I.
All right.
Because
So
it needs to be looked at.
we have 2 supervisors, so we know that. We thank you. I would actually appreciate for something of this scale, you have a motion in your meeting for us to.
Because the one in Carlisle that's being built in Carlisle, Sammy rented that farm, it was 100 acres.
Yes.
And that one back there, everything is blowed apart, the roads, everything.
Yes.
And they're building that whole thing up, everything ripped up.
Yes.
And that got ripped up in November,
Right.
1st of December they started on that.
I'm aware of that. Cumberland County,
That
yes.
is really,
If you look at the map,
they really,
I don't have one to pass around, but if you look at the map of where some of what we're seeing, this is Pennsylvania, it looks like Pennsylvania. We're seeing development in Pittsburgh, and we're seeing development over in here, and that one dot there is Cumberland County, Carlisle's. So it's happening, and so we do have to be aware. So Andy, maybe whenever a little bit of your part tonight, if you could give us a little bit, or give the whole team, I already know, but give the whole team like some of the guidance from the county. York County has been giving us some guidance. Franklin County has given us some guidance. So we, and obviously Andy's staff is working on this in Adams County. So that's all helpful. We don't have to start with a blank sheet of paper and figure out how to do proper data center. And just so you appreciate the amount of, the power, the water, about 25% of the power required, 75% of the power is for the data, to transmit the data and manage the data. 25% of what they need in power is to cool the doggone stuff. So that means that's a lot of heat that's going to be transmitted to whatever atmospheric situation you have, whatever you transmit it to a river. I mean, this is like you need a small power plant to run it, and it is a small power plant when you account for the cooling. This is, the small ones take the energy of a neighborhood, and the big ones can take the energy of a very large city. And Carlisle is kind of in between. So, I don't intend to go into a lot of detail on that. Thanks for the input, and we will commence that. And what I'm asking of the planning commission is that, do the homework. What Todd, our solicitor, sent out was really helpful. And if you read one document, you may, this was, I had a little time in between meetings in DC today, and I read some of this. If you're gonna read one thing, I probably wouldn't encourage you to read all of it, but if you want to. But there is a white paper, one of the documents, it says white paper, I don't have to find it. One of them is a white paper on data centers. That is, I think it's 10 pages, so you don't have to read 37 or 80 pages of somebody's proposed zoning. Read that one. It's really helpful on how the data center works, what it is, the considerations of a data center. That helps, I think that'll help formulate your mind on what we need to be concerned about as we go forward. Then we gotta take it apart though. Then that knowing what a data center is only part of our issue. Now we have to protect our township, our county, and what we allow, how we allow it, and how it goes forward. So I already took more time than I wanted to, but I thought for new business, data center is what I characterize as a pretty classic new business that the planning commission has to be concerned about. Any questions on that before we move forward? Okay, thanks. All right, so next time we'll drill into that. And Andy, whatever you want to add to what I just said tonight, please do. When you're up and running. Okay, so that's kind of the new business issue. I will turn it over to Scott for the things we have to deal with tonight from an old business standpoint. Or if you have any new business, I don't want to shut you up on new business. Did you have anything new business for us?
No.
Okay, then let's go to old business.
The first point on the agenda is the single lot subdivision for Matthew and Patricia Townsend. Yep. Is it?
Okay?
There's the parent tract, it's in 3 municipalities. They're proposing to subdivide lot 1 there in the hatch. That's in the borough. The part on both sides of Carlisle Pike is in Huntington Township. The corner over on the right is in Lattimore.
Yep.
Part of the property is in the floodplain. They're just subdividing an existing house. All of the comments have been addressed except for signing the plan and final approval of the sewer planning. We don't have the plans here. We're waiting on York Springs Borough to sign them.
Okay,
That's what the surveyors said, told me today.
so we can't even sign it tonight?
They're not here to be signed.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
Okay, so York Springs need to sign them. Seems like every meeting, we're waiting for something from York Springs. Okay, so York Springs need to sign them. Is there anything that you're aware of that is, other than just normal bureaucratic delays, in causing York Springs to be taking so long? Like, is there an issue?
Well, the one issue is they forgot an I in Patricia's name on the cover sheet. So that's why we're waiting on the borough.
Okay.
Because they misspelled Patricia's name.
Okay.
If you want to approve it with conditions, that's fine. If you want to table it till next month because you can't sign it today, that's fine. However you want to handle it, it's fine.
So we'd have 2 conditions. We'd have condition York Springs needs to sign it, the borough needs to sign it. And the second condition is the sewage, right? Because that's not.
Right. Well, I mean, Brooke Spring's signature is not a condition of us approving it. But signing and notarizing of the owner's signature would be a condition.
Okay,
And signing and sealing of the surveyor would be a condition, in addition to final approval of the sewer plan.
let's go back to York Springs though. Are you saying that we can sign, if it were here, let me make that. If it were here, we could sign it even though they haven't signed it?
No.
Okay, so it sounds like a condition to me.
Right, yeah, right, it would be a condition.
All right, okay.
And I know Tom is adamant about not signing anything outside of.
Ted is.
Ted, yes.
Yeah.
You're Tom.
I'm
I'm aware of that.
I'm adamant too, though. I mean, I'm with Ted. I'm not in
You wouldn't-
disagreement
You
with
wouldn't
Ted.
sign it tonight anyway.
Well, and given that we can't, I mean, literally can't, because it's not here.
Physically not here.
It's gotta come back to us anyway.
Correct.
So there is no benefit to anybody with us to give a conditional approval, other than to feel good about you got a conditional approval.
Correct.
But it's still coming back.
Still got it.
Just table it.
Yeah, that's right.
Table it, but
All
I would
right.
just say do that.
So I'll entertain
Motion.
I got a table it.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor of tabling?
Aye.
Aye.
Didn't hear you vote, Roxy.
I
Thank you, Roxy.
was ready.
Any nays? Okay, it stands tabled by unanimous consent. All right. All right, that's next? Seems to be the perennial table that we got something we can appropriately approve.
The next plan is a single lot subdivision for Mr. Miller on Ground Oak Church Road.
And we don't have a small copy of that, we just have a big one, is that right?
No, there's a small copy there with,
In your packet.
with the comment review
Yeah, keep
letter.
flipping.
You think it's that one?
It should all be in order.
I got it. I took it out of order. I got it.
This is basically the same thing, signatures and.
Correct. I just received the sewer planning modules at 10 minutes of 7. So I looked through it, it looks like everything's here. If you want to sign it, that's fine.
Had you reviewed it before tonight? Have you reviewed it preliminarily?
Yes, I reviewed the
sewer, I'm talking about sewer plan.
Yes, the sewer.
Because I want you to have more than 10 minutes to review sewer
Yeah,
plan.
I reviewed the original submission a month ago, yes.
Okay. And did you have comments to that?
No. We just needed the sewage enforcement officer to do
Please
this.
stand. Okay. All right. So what would be the, tell us more about this.
There's not much to tell. There's an existing home on the property.
Okay.
The owner wants to subdivide a flag lot off.
Okay.
Planning, the county planning had a comment about the proposed driveway. I drove out there and looked up and down the road. I'm not worried about site distance.
It was site distance, yeah.
So,
Okay.
it's not a requirement to have a driving permit before you subdivide.
No, I understand.
But I wanted to make sure that
You could.
they're able to put a driveway there.
All right. Okay.
They've got the required replacement area, they've got the primary and replacement area for the new lot. I'm not sure if the owner has signed it yet or not.
Yes.
We're waiting to get through the planning commission before owner's signature.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What's this highway occupancy permit issue with regard to the driveway?
That's just a
something-
note, that's,
And,
Yeah, that note is standard for access to, for PennDOT right away.
Okay,
They kept it on there and they just changed it from the PennDOT to the township.
okay.
It's not required for a township, but just that a permit has to be required, that note has to be on there and that satisfies that.
Okay, so what is being asked of us at this point?
Conditional approval based on signature, notarization of the owner. I think that's the last condition, is the surveyor signed and sealed it. We have the septic, component one.
And you're satisfied?
Yep. You can note, proof the component one, sewage planning module. Everything seems to be there, all the signatures are there.
Okay. Why don't we have the owner's notarized signature at this point?
We're waiting to get through the planning commission before the owner see, because if there was a problem with the planning commission, then that means the owner's gotta go to a notary
Do it
again,
again.
pay that fee again
All
to
right.
re-sign the plan, so.
But we would be approving it with that as a condition. Seems
Right.
circular to me. Okay, that's fine. All right. Any other comments?
And the applicant's aware that the township planning commission won't sign it outside of the meeting?
Yeah.
You're aware? Okay.
Because that's another delay.
Well, they'll come back next month.
Well, yeah,
For
for the
signatures.
signature.
But it'll
Yeah.
already be approved.
Yeah, understood. And you're good with that, okay? Understood. They understand. Okay. All right. Well, that's a condition that I'm certainly comfortable. I know, Ted would. Waiting a notarized signature of the order is fine.
Yeah.
Other comment?
No.
Okay. Yes.
In order of motions, I'd ask you to approve the sewage planning first
Oh, okay.
before the subdivision plan.
All right. And you were, sometime I'd like an education on the component one.
Sure, I can sit down with you.
Yeah.
Clear as mud.
That was a new one. That was a new one from you. Okay. All right, so, I will entertain a motion then on the sewage, approval for this plan.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I'll second it.
All right. Any further comments? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, approved unanimously on the sewage. So let's go to the plan, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong language-wise, we are putting forth a motion to approve with the condition, the final condition being owner's notarized signature. Am I saying that right, Scott?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion on that.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any further conversation? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Oh, I just have a question. Are we recommending to the Board of Supervisors or are we just approving?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
You're-
we're recommending to the
you're-
Board of Supervisors.
correct.
Okay, that's what I
We're
thought.
always doing that, yeah. But you got it, you're right.
Okay,
But
Okay,
you're also approving it on your own.
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Planning commission is approving it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, you got it, Rox?
Yep,
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Okay, thank you, Scott.
And you can,
May I take those so that the owner can sign those?
Absolutely.
Don't need those ones. Thanks, Scott.
Scott, I have a question.
One of those ones.
Kind of not major, but our minimum building lot's 2.5 acres from the township, right?
it varies depending on the zone. Well, not the zone, but it depends on whether there's public water or public sewer or both public water and sewer.
Which is not most.
What was the size?
2.5 acres.
2.5, okay.
Do we have anything, does that have to be 2.5 acres buildable, or
No,
it just has to be that side? If it's on the side of a mountain, it don't really matter.
correct.
Okay, I just didn't know if that
It
played
doesn't,
into
it
it.
doesn't matter if 3/4 of it's in the floodplain.
I just didn't know if we had some reason for that, something like that. I was asked by somebody about that, I told them I would ask.
Of course, if you subdivide a lot off, it's all 20% slope. I mean, why would you do it?
Well, that's,
Well, there's a lot of why would you do it, so, like,
that's right,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay,
I didn't ask that one.
well, that wasn't the question.
That's right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
all right. Okay, so back to agenda. Any other old business?
The,
And we have,
Oh, yeah.
the sidewalk,
Yeah.
Yep,
the driveway and sidewalk ordinance.
so give us an update on that, please.
Last month, I asked the planning commission members to think about it. But didn't force a, vote or
Yeah.
anything last month.
Yeah.
It's not an emergency, I thought it'd be good that we have requirements for residential driveways
Yeah.
that do not fall under the land subdivision and land development ordinance.
So I looked at it, I mean, I'm comfortable and I don't know, did anybody else have any comments as you went through it?
My only question was the stormwater part of it. How are we gonna go about, how does that process work? So you're gonna,
That's independent of an access drive, that has its own permitting system.
right, so in other words, if somebody wants to put a driveway in, they're gonna have to get a permit for the driveway, and then it's a separate one for the drainage of it. Who is the one determining how big the pipe is and how elaborate that whole system has to be? Because there are some areas in the township that for years have been a massive problem for that, but are we gonna make somebody new have to do that, and then the guy that's been causing that issue is just don't want new owner saying, well, I gotta put a $6,500 drain pipe in the end of my new driveway, and the guy down the road's been flooding out the street for 30 years. I don't want us to get in that battle either.
Well, existing conditions, if something's been there
Well, I know that,
Can't
but
do
for
anything
20
about it.
years, or
I'm not
if
saying we
something's
need
been
to
there
do
for 2
something
years.
to somebody about it, but I just,
Me as the zoning permit officer and township engineer, I decide what conditions, if any, are attached to the permit application.
right.
So I would be instead of, some people just throw in a 15-inch pipe, doesn't matter. Some cases you don't need one.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I was
Some
getting,
cases you need 24
is that
inch.
gonna be you in control of that, or is
Yes.
this somehow, that was what I was alluding
No.
to. I didn't want it to be some big massive thing somebody's
No.
gotta do to get it,
No,
because we've never had that problem.
no, I can do it in 15 minutes.
Okay. That was all I had.
Okay, good. Any other points?
No.
So what would you be looking for to move forward? A recommendation from us to go to the supervisor?
Right, any changes that you think that need to be done, recommendation to the board of supervisors
Okay,
for their consideration.
all right. Well, let me offer this. Ted isn't here and Ted has a good eye for this. I should have asked him if he was okay with it, I forgot. I would, and since you're not in a hurry, I would propose that we table this until we get Ted's, any comments from Ted if he has any. He probably doesn't, but I still think that's appropriate. So, unless you guys are vehemently opposed to what I just said.
There's no rush on it,
Yeah,
then have
Okay.
him take some eyes to it.
then I'll entertain a motion to table this until Ted comes back. If you want to look again and decide if you have any other comments, you can. But I would recommend that, I would entertain a motion to table this until Ted's back. And I will let him know to make sure he takes a look at it, and let's see if we can agree next meeting on that. Will somebody make that motion?
I'll take that motion.
Second.
Second.
It's been made and seconded. Any further comments? Please signify your approval with aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay. motion approved unanimously that we will take a month off on that, and I will talk to Ted outside the meeting to remind him to look at it, that we're waiting on his comments. This probably isn't exactly the right time to bring this up, but since I don't want to forget. The fourth Monday of next month, okay, so we are looking, we're actually going with the third Monday then, right? Oh, Roxy?
Yes,
Because
yeah.
of the holiday.
Yeah, because of the
Yeah.
holiday. There was something that had the wrong, was there a preliminary agenda that had the wrong date on it? I saw it.
That wasn't it in May, there was in December, but that was,
The draft itinerary that I sent to you had the wrong date.
I thought so.
You're correct.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
So I updated it, it's updated on the
Website.
website,
All right.
agenda. Good, this is the exact copy that was
Okay.
on the
All
website.
right, thank you. Okay, so we're good. All right, so we'll come back to that in the final comments. All right, so we ready for Andy? Any other comments for Andy? All right, Andy, please join us.